Jay, tell us a little about the quarter, and I think we all want to know how AI is impacting your business. Let's start there.
So AI is a massive opportunity because what AI is doing is bringing lots of AI agents in the enterprise. Agents are somewhat like people. Traditionally, users have been the weakest link for cybersecurity. Now AI agents are becoming the weakest link. How do you secure them? Well, you need to make sure that you can do one-to-one connection. That means an agent can only access certain applications and nothing more. That requires a global infrastructure that Zscaler has built in the form of Zero Trust Exchange. That's why we're very bullish about our future.
So go ahead, Mandeep.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, I think the street obviously didn't like the billings number in your print, and that was seen as, moderating. Like, was that attributed primarily because of seat growth slowing down, and we keep hearing, layoffs like the one that Square announced yesterday, or was there anything more to the billings number last night?
So billings is a secondary number for us. The number one area of focus for us is ARR growth and revenue growth. Our revenue grew 26% year over year, ARR 25%, free cash flow 18%, operating margin 22%. They're all great numbers. Now, we have a Z-Flex program that gives some flexibility in billings. So billings can get impacted, but with Z-Flex, customers are doing multi-year, 4 or 5 year deals with us, committing to Zscaler, which is a very strong sign. So I don't think the billing should be viewed in a negative light. Overall business is very strong.
Jay, I want to go back to what you said about AI and protecting these AI agents and just how you're thinking about that, because I think a lot of people are trying not just to understand the impact of AI on cybersecurity, but the impact of AI on a company like yours when it comes to operations. So from an operations perspective, with the context of what we saw from Block late yesterday, the company relying more on AI and less on actual human beings, how are you using AI at the company operationally to increase your margins, to make your employees more productive?
Or get rid of employees.
Nobody's going to answer that.
Well,
everyone should and need to use AI. We use AI to make sure we can deliver better customer support to our employees. The AI agents are helping us. We are increasing in productivity of our engineering team by using all this stuff. But I think the numbers that Block shared, they seem way out of line that anyone else is saying out there. We are seeing some reduction in hiring, additional hiring, but I do think that in some of these critical areas, you need people. I am hiring more developers for AI development, for example. And for us, many times customers think that as the number of employees may not grow, that means it impacts our user-based pricing. The user base may slow down from growth point of view, but we are actually securing all the agentic traffic, all the agents. When we have millions of users, we'll have billions of agents to secure. That provides an opportunity for us to secure the enterprises and monetize it.
Maybe, Jay, I want to go to a different topic around sovereigns, because we've been hearing more and more that, every sovereign wants to build their own AI. How does that impact a company like yours that operates globally, given, sovereigns are more keen to deploy this on-prem? Does that impact a cloud security company like yours?
Actually, sovereign clouds is a positive development and opportunity for us. We built Zscaler architecture where the data that we store, which is essentially metadata and logs, can stay in that country. We have had a cloud that's built for EU and is EU with data in EU for a long time. Now, many of the large countries also want to operate the cloud in that country as well. We're working with many large countries to really provide them a sovereign security cloud that will access the data wherever the data is. So there are two aspects. There may be AI models sitting in India or France or Germany, but our sovereign security cloud will make sure they can access the model, whether it's sovereign or non-sovereign. So overall, it's a positive thing for us. It's our architecture that allows us to build sovereign security clouds.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Amazon today announced this $50 billion investment in OpenAI. Google, we know they've closed their acquisition of Wiz. So how do you see, the hyperscalers playing in this space where they obviously are deploying the models on their cloud, they are bundling security? Is that going to have some sort of an impact in terms of the AI security aspect that you alluded to?
Not directly on providers like Zscaler. Look, hyperscalers, the cloud providers have been building applications, and people said, oh, can they take over security market? We haven't seen any of that. It is true that AI model builders will provide some of the applications, such as perhaps testing and red teaming. But when it comes to being the zero trust exchange, that makes sure that agents created by Microsoft, OpenAI, Anthropic, or whoever can securely access the right application. They look for someone like Zscaler. We become the Switzerland that connects right party to right party, just like we built such a strong business for securing users in spite of all these other vendors out there. The more models they create, the more applications they create, the more agents that get built, the more opportunities Zscaler has.
Does that mean the hyperscalers, you're getting bigger orders from them? I'm just curious. Like, where are you getting business? And is it the hyperscalers? Is it, yeah.
So we are getting business from enterprises because enterprises need to secure access to applications no matter where they are. So applications become destination for us. We are the switchboard providing zero trust access, the market we pioneered, and we are way ahead of anyone else. The rest of the market is doing firewalls and VPNs. And we are probably the only real credible choice for enterprises. And that's what has given us business. Over 45% of Fortune 500 companies
so Jay, in this
depend
case,
upon us today.
How are these enterprises measuring the efficacy of your product versus whatever is coming bundled with the hyperscale solutions? Like, what is it that is really making them go with Zscaler in terms of the efficacy aspect specifically?
So Zscaler is not a piece of code that you bundle with a hyperscaler, it goes out there. Zscaler is a globally distributed infrastructure sitting in 160 locations around the globe. So any traffic from an enterprise that may be from users, that may be from cloud workloads, that may be from AI agents, it needs to access certain application services. And we become the switchboard, the policy enforcement for that. That traffic will go to Microsoft, AWS, Google, Anthropic, doesn't matter. We are the policy enforcement point to make sure right people get access to right application, right agents get access to the right applications. Imagine agents getting hacked and hijacked on your network. That's a problem. That's what we secure.
You mentioned Anthropic, and fresh in our minds is what's happening between the U.S. government, the Department of Defense, and Anthropic right now. We're going to be covering that in our 4 o'clock hour today. But on the government, is the U.S. government actually buying more of your services right now? Are deals happening? Are they getting delayed? How would you characterize that?
So federal is a strong market segment for us. Last year, it went through some changes, but it is back on track. We have strong pipeline. We have strong business in the federal government. 13 of the 14 cabinet level agencies use Zscaler to secure themselves.
So just to recap, 30 seconds, AI not a threat to your business? I mean, software.
AI is an opportunity for our business.
Not a threat.
Not a threat at all. And securing agentic technology is the number one thing CIOs want to make sure they can do it. That's holding them back from larger rollout, and we become enablers of it.